Newton Buteraba House of Wealth. Newton Buteraba House of Wealth. How are you? How is your evening? How is your Sunday? How is everyone? How is everybody? Share the live such that very many people come, such that we learn. Jasper, Deborah, Rogers, Dr. Sam, Bwete Kenneth.
I honestly think we should sign Ruben Armour.
Susan, Givens Enterprises, Willie William, Marad, Rita Nachiganda, Freedom Fighter, Joe, Claire. Claire, I like the way you write that name. You start with a Q. Rini Kate. Hey, Rini Kate Mugisha. John Mary. Caesar. Herbert Isowe. Share the live such that we get more people to come and join, and we have a learning. Newton Buteraba House of Wealth, student from Howe University. How are you, my professor? I'm really doing well. Tina Flowers, Ellis Pains, P.T. Felix, Birunji Chongo, Sonny, Helen Muyama. Nice to see you, friends. Nice to see you and hear from you. Newton Buteraba House of Wealth. Eminent YYP. Let me get to book my, yes, Dr. Sam, get your pen and paper. Abu Fakiha, user. Some people have Mr. Musoga, Tumusime Jerry. Who have you called? Have you tagged a friend? Double tap the screen, share the live, call your friend. Use that phone. So, Mahad, nice to see you. So, Sharif, today we are going to have a guest. A guest will be, the guest will be Dr. Mariam Nagujja. I think she'll be joining us later. Serunjoj Ahmed from Qatar, the ambassadors of House of Wealth in Qatar. Sherry Hassan, how are you, my dear? Cleve, Biological Moth, Victor. All right, so what we are going to do today is simple. For the very first 1 hour, I think we are going to be in question and answer for business. But when Dr. Nagujja joins the live, we shall go into a question and answer for love versus money. Because today I intended, since we are about to go into Valentine, we know how people react when Valentine is on. We know how people react when money is involved. So today I had intended to invite Dr. Mariam Nagujja, such that we talk about, I ask her questions for our learning, questions that relate with money, love, relationships. We struggle with those because they involve a lot of emotional intelligence. And you know that when you do not have emotional intelligence, you end up following the wrong path. You lose money. You see people going through divorces. And when people are going through divorces, it affects how they run business. So that's how usually it is. So we shall be discussing love and money when Dr. Nagujja comes. But in the meantime, I'm taking your questions. I'm going to be answering your questions regarding business. Huh? Make sure you ask a question when you follow the channel. If you do not follow, how can I surely answer your question when you're not even following me? Okay. Pause Eka. use you. Okay. Pals Eka. Professor, you told us not to build before making money. Professor, you told us not to build before making money while sleeping. I want to do farming, yet I have to stay here. What should I do? Okay, I'm the one who said you shouldn't build before making money while you are asleep. Let me first give you a Bible backup verse for that. Proverbs 24:27. Proverbs. All right, so Proverbs 24:27 says, prepare your outside work, make it fit for yourself in the field, and afterwards build your house. Did you hear the verse? Proverbs 24:27. It says, prepare your outside work. Prepare your outside work. Prepare your outside work. Make it fit for yourself in the field. You wanted to follow? You wanted to follow? What's wrong with that? How?
I don't know if it's not internet.
Because we said it's not for kids.
Yeah.
No, you go to TikTok. Prepare your outside work, make it fit for yourself in the field, and afterward build your house. So this is the verse that tells us that it's better we first organize our business, our finances, our living expenditure. Mpa Good News Bible, your love. Let me get it from the Good News Bible too, such that we see what are they really trying to tell us in Proverbs 24:27. Proverbs 24:27. Now listen to Good News Bible. Do not build your house and establish your home until your fields are ready and you are sure you can earn a living. This is wisdom that spans over 7,000 years, where they are telling us not to build a house and establish a home until the fields are ready and you are sure that you can earn a living. Every time we say do not build the house, people get very upset. They say they want a house, they want what? It is okay to build your house before you organize your business. It is okay for you to do what you want to do. But if you want to be under the guidance, if you want to be under the mentorship, if you want to be under the advisory of a financial literacy guru, then it means you will follow what the financial literacy guru is saying. And the financial literacy guru in me, I have showed you that all these things I'm telling you, they are backed up. So when I said tossa sente mutulo nga tonnateeka sente ng'oli mutulo, the backing up is scripture. So when you learn that, you need to ask yourself, by the way, why are they saying, what is the logic behind? Let me give you an example. Every time they give you advice, before you say the advisor is wrong, before you jump to say they can't tell me nothing, I can't listen to them, ask yourself, what is the logic behind the advice? Because many of us, we give advice when there is some logic behind. Now, let me give you an example. Did you know why the Kabaka of Buganda does not bury? Kabaka wa Buganda taziika. But do you know why the Kabaka of Buganda does not bury? It is because of the wisdom that was thought about by the Baganda to notice that when someone has lost a relative, a loved one, a close person, that's when that person is so vulnerable emotionally. And the people they see around at the vigil, at the wake, at the burial, those are the people this person will consider the closest of friends who have stood with him or her at the lowest of the low. You get? So they realized that if the Kabaka were to attend every burial, it would be impossible because the Baganda are many. It wouldn't be possible for the Kabaka to attend a burial at Musisi, burial at Mukasa, burial at Sentongo, burial at Nachirija, burial at Narutaya, burial ceremony at Nancha, burial at Kasiukira, burial at Muchibi. All those people would be so many. So what would actually happen would be that there would be some people who would be angered by the Kabaka's non-attendance for the burial, and they would start to say things like, "Oh, you see Kabaka wafe. That is not our king. We did not see him when we were burying our father. We did not see him when we had our last funeral rites." And through their wisdom, they said the Kabaka should not bury. Bury, B-U-R-Y. The pronunciation is bury, not bury. You get the idea? So, when someone comes and tells you, do not build your house and establish a home until your fields are ready and you are sure you can earn a living, this person is not telling you that building a house is bad. He's not telling you that he's not even interested in your house because he's not going to come to sleep in your house. He's not competing with you. But he is telling you that when you are sure that you can earn a living, then you won't have financial struggles. When you do not have financial struggles, you have less fights at home. Imagine building a house and you have a home, you, your wife, and 3 kids, but you do not have money for fees, money for food, money for medication, money for all the other expenses. You will be in the house, but the fights in the house, you will wish you sold the house. So it will not transition from a house to a home. All right, I think I've labored on that point. Let me try to find another question. How can we be 200? How can we be over 300 people on the live and only 27 shares? That's an abomination. People on TikTok, I will only answer another question when we have over 100 shares. Biological Mother is asking, I'm planning to invest in GNATs. How best can you advise? Now, when you're planning to do any business, try to make sure that you are moving towards specificity. So which GNATs do you want to invest in? Are you investing in the planting of nuts? Are you planning to put money in planting of nuts, in drying of nuts, in processing nuts, in adding silverfish to the nuts, in packaging the nuts, in selling nuts, in buying a grinder of nuts? What exactly? Make sure when you're asking a question, you give me the direction such that I can show you the how by being able to understand your question. But what I can tell you is when you put money in anything, food in this country, this is a food economy. So as long as you have the market, but I need to know what kind of units you want to deal in. Like I said, I won't answer another question from TikTok until I see over 100 shares. I see you guys are only on 43 shares. I do not work like that. But I'm happy to know that you're here. Najib CK, unknown CEO. I've been told you double tap the screen, then share. Double tap the screen, then share. Double tap the screen, then share. This is the only time people will get free advice. Free advice. This is the only time. If they were to find me for free advice, it will be at a charge of 10,000 Ugandan shillings per minute. So this is my CSR, my corporate social responsibility, when I come and give out the little I know free of charge. All right. So who is an entrepreneur according to you? An entrepreneur is any person who engages in risk, some element of innovation and risk taking for profit making in business. So when you see someone involved in risk is when you put yourself in a position of either loss or gain. You put yourself in a position of either a loss or a gain. That is risk. Then some element of innovation. Innovation comes with you bringing in a new idea, bringing in new value. You see, innovation, you bring something to the fray such that the people see that you're doing it different. You see how KFC sells its chicken. KFC has what they call a driveway. So there are people who enter the KFC restaurant and order. Huh? Yes, the drive-through. Thank you. So you see, you can enter KFC and order for Streetwise 1, Streetwise 2, and all that. But there is what they call a drive-through, where you drive surrounding their restaurant like this. You make an order, you pay, you pick the order, then you drive through. You see that form of innovation. Those are people into entrepreneurship. So you do things differently. Initially, people were, you saw how people were running borders in Uganda. Then Safe Border brought border, but on an app. That is innovation. Risk-taking innovation for profit. All right, so I see that you've only shared and only few people are double tapping the screen. I do not know why. I want to talk about savings, but I see that you've not shared. So Kush, Hood, Cleve, Yamuka, Mayosia. The beauty is technology they show me that you've joined, but they also show me those who have shared. So like I said, I will only answer another question when it shows that the shares are over 100. So increase the energy in double tapping the screen and sharing, because we want other people to join the live to get the free education. Okay, I want to answer O'Shea Hooks. and pals, but I see that she hasn't shared the live, so I can't answer that. But she's asking about is it the same? Shadrach, how are you?
What questions for YouTube quizzing?
Joseph Moore is saying, Professor, I want you to talk about dog breeding business. I want to start it. Dog breeding business. So you want to go into dog breeding. I have there is a very great friend of mine who is a lawyer. He was my old boy in St. Mary's College, Swiss Mark. Then we met also at Makerere Law School. Then we were together at Law Development Center. And what I realized that he deals in dogs. So it's called NMF Kennels. He's a superstar in dogs. So Joseph, you can make sure you get my WhatsApp line, and I connect you directly to a person who is a superstar in breeding of dogs. You can visit his farm and you tell him Newton sent me. Then it tells you the whole entire thing of how you can understand dogs, how you can breed them, how you can sell. But what I can tell you business wise is every business will always and always depend on the market. So Joseph, I will ask you, has anyone asked you about a puppy? Has anyone asked you about a German Shepherd? Has anyone asked you about a Rottweiler? Have people asked you about dogs? Do you see any requirement in your village? Is there someone saying that I wish I had dogs in my compound? I don't want you to just go into any business because you love it. I told you we do not do businesses for ourselves. If you're into a boutique, you bought clothes for others to wear. If you're into a restaurant, you buy food, you process food for others to eat. Even if you're driving a car, you are driving for people to go where they want to go, not you where you want to go. For you bought a car and fuel. Now you're waiting for people to make an order on where they want to go. Even if you have a salon and you're working on hair, you must be styling the hair according to what the people want. So because we do businesses for the benefit of the customers, it is highly important that we get to know who wants, where do they want, where is that space where they want this. Don't just breed dogs. At least be in a meeting where some people are saying in a meeting at a village level where people are saying we need dogs because we are tired of these thieves who come at night, jump over fences. We need dogs. The moment you hear 3 or 4 people or 5 people needing dogs, you actually do not start by rearing dogs. You start by getting to know who rears dogs and sells dogs at how much. Then you connect the person who rears dogs to the market. That's John 14:6. Let me find you that verse. John 14:6. One of my favorite verses. John 14:6. John chapter 14, verse 6. Jesus answered him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one goes to the Father except through me. And he told them, now that you have known me, you will know my Father also. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one goes to the Father unless through me. I was the first individual in the whole entire world of 7 billion people to interpret this verse, to tell the world that here Jesus was letting the world know that he is a broker. He is in the middle. He is a broker. For you, you are here. Jesus is in the middle. His Father is here. So you come, go through Jesus to reach his Father. Jesus being in the middle is a broker. This is the best business model for every form of business. Especially if you want to start with zero money. When we tell people you can start a business with zero money, because their brain hasn't conceptualized it, they say, we are scammers. Motivational speaker, they are scammers. How can you start a business with zero money? Did you know that a person might be selling a building, but they do not have a buyer? And another person wants to buy a building, but they do not know who is selling. You having that knowledge of a buyer and seller puts you in John 14:6. You are the way, the truth, and the life. No one can sell their building unless through you. You are the way, the truth, and the life. No one can buy a building unless through you. That's John chapter 14, verse 6. No one will teach you like I do. Even if they tried, they won't be having 4 degrees like I do, even if they tried. Even if you found a teacher like me with 4 degrees, all those degrees, they won't be in statistics, in technology, a master's in information security from University of London, and a degree in law. They won't be lawyers. No chance they will have 4 degrees and one of them is law. No chance they will have a first class from University of London, a degree certified by the British Secret Service. So I'm not a joke like you would want to presume. Newton Buteraba House of Wealth. I'm happy you are here. We thank the Lord that you are here. I'm trying to find another question. So I want to venture into organic hair care products and one day export or share hooks and pearls. I have a friend who deals in organic hair. That lady in Tinda. Eh? Lee. Livara. So I have a colleague, she's an entrepreneur. She's a very good friend of mine. She has a collection of shops. She's called Livara. I think she's also dealing into organic products. So if you get my number, like I say, I will connect people, because right now I've taught business and money since 2008. I'm one of the country's oldest money sellers, money teachers since 2008. So from 2008 to today, a full, how many years are those? I have taught for a full 18 years. I've been a teacher of money for 18 years. So in other words, my teaching experience, according to the Constitution of Uganda, is of age. 18 years, it can vote. It can start a family by marrying. My teaching experience. I've interacted with hundreds of thousands of entrepreneurs. It is so hard to find a business I haven't interacted with. So hard. That's why you see I have importers, I have exporters, I have people dealing in all sorts of value chains. So, or share hooks and pearls, I intend to connect you to I intend to connect you to my friend who owns organic hair products, and also one of the salons in this country that deals with natural hair. One of the biggest salons, if not the biggest, that deals in natural hair. They are my students. Have you heard of Afro Couture? I'm their financial advisor, I'm their teacher. So I know someone dealing in the hair products, I know someone dealing in the hair. So you will be lucky to be in my network such that I connect you. Let me find another question. Let me find another question. Another question. Kamkama is asking, double tap the screen and share. Double tap the screen and share. Double tap the screen and share. We want as many people as possible to be able to pick something. So Kamkama says, when should one start paying himself from a retail shop? So I think it's going to depend, but this is what you need to know, that when you run a retail shop, you are an employee. I have realized that most of the people who do business in Uganda, when they are self-employed and they run their own businesses, the main big challenge comes from them not paying themselves any salary or allowance. So what do Ugandan entrepreneurs do? They open up a retail shop. They might hire employees. They have money in the safe. Salary reaches end of month, they pay off the employees. After paying off employees, for them they do not pay themselves a salary. Then they start robbing the business. They do not pay themselves a salary. So if they have a person who is sick, they open the safe, pick money, pay medical. If they want to eat, open the safe, pay, they eat. If someone comes to the shop and they are selling shoes or clothes, they open the safe, pay. If they want to buy a motorcycle, a bicycle, or a car, they open the safe, pay. So they just keep opening the safe and paying, opening the safe and paying, opening the safe and paying. At the end of it all, when you add the amount of money they have taken, it could be in millions, which is bankrupting the business. Now, I give business owners a challenge, and this is how the challenge goes. I tell them, do you want to know how much you should pay yourself? This is something you should do. Ask yourself this question. If I left an individual to handle this business when I'm away, let's say I've gone for burial, I've gone for a party, I've gone for holiday, I am sick, I am down, I'm on bed rest, and I asked someone to sit in for me in the retail shop, how much would you pay them? You will be amazed by the amount of money they would pay someone who would sit in their shoes. They will tell you, I'll give that person 300,000 Ugandan shillings a month to do the work I would have done. or 500,000 or 700,000. That is usually almost the estimate you should pay yourself. If you are self-employed and you start up your business, you need to pay yourself in two ways. The first way is you pay yourself a salary, and it is in the estimate of what you would have given the other person if they were able to do what you're doing in that shop when you are away. Okay, it's just an estimate. Let's say you would give someone 500,000 to sit in for you at the shop while you are away for a month. Then if you are the one to sit there, maybe you give yourself 600 or 700. But don't give yourself 1 million shillings, 2 million, yet the work you are doing, you would have given another person 500,000 or 400 or 300. There it would be better you sit back and you hire someone to be doing that work. You get the idea. So I have said you pay yourself twice. The very first way to pay yourself is in a salary. The second way is when you have made profits at the end of what you can call a financial period. So I can be paying myself a salary of 500,000 every month. Then if my financial period is 6 months or 1 year, I do the mathematics to see, has this business made any profit in these 6 months? If it has made any profit in 6 months, let's say it has made a profit of 3 million, then again, you pay yourself, let's say 1 million, and you put back the 2 million as retained earnings. You plow back the profits. So you earn a salary and live within the salary. Then at the end of a financial period, you pay yourself as if you were a shareholder. But the challenge we have, people, I think, is she the one calling? Just a moment. Just a moment. So, what the point I was making is that the mistake we make, that as people who start up businesses, we forget that the real investors in business, any business, do not pick money from the business until the end of the year when that particular business has declared profits and they earn something called a dividend. So you see a company, a bank like Centenary Bank, it has shareholders. A company like Stanbic, shareholders. Any company, even if a company is called Apple, Samsung, KFC, Shell, Total, all these companies, they have shareholders. But the shareholders do not ask for money every month, every day, every week, every 6 months. No. They wait at the end of the year and see whether the business has made a profit, such that they declare to them that this is the profit we've made and these are the dividends you will earn as shareholders. That is a structure you need in your small business, Mwami Kamukama. If you have a retail shop, make sure you're keeping records such that you start by giving yourself as a salary. You give yourself a salary, then you go on making profit, account, check the books, check the numbers, check the books, check the numbers, check the books, check the numbers. If you've made the profit, calculate the profit, pay yourself on the profit, put back the other profits, continue. But this thing of not having any form of accountability, and you're picking from the safe and buying land, picking from the safe, depositing on the car, picking on the safe, making your woman happy making your woman happy on Valentine's, picking from the safe. No wonder our businesses don't last after the year. So I would like to send my regards to Mr. Ali Guma Soul Ryan, the chairman of the Ugandan community in Qatar, and Mr. Henry Mbazira, the assistant manager of Bahago Delivery Services. I know you're watching. You are live in Qatar. I know you're watching. And I'm so enchanted to know that you're watching. Keep tapping that screen. Keep sharing. Let people know that there is sharing of knowledge here. All right, so I've handled how people can pay themselves. Miss Deborah, nice to see you. Sahibu Properties is asking, is someone who notices a problem in a community and finds its solution? Yes, I think you're describing who an entrepreneur is. Yes, I agree with you. All right. Feedy Boy, thanks for joining. Rockstar. Gamulengeja. Have you called them at Gamulengeja? Peace at Haire. How are you, Peace? Nice to see you. Ronel Marion is saying, Professor, I want to know how the business for chapati works. How do you pay yourself? Emidala ja chapati. Okay. I think chapati business, the way it works, you who wants to start up a chapati stall, you will need to do your groundwork, your survey, to know very many things. Number one, the place where you will locate the stall is so key. So if you want Omdalagwa chapati, it means you will look for where there is a Midalaja chapati. It's usually very good to start business where already other people have started a business. Why? Because when you're in a place where other people have already started businesses, it gives you a chance to lower your marketing budget or marketing expenditure. Let me repeat that. If you start a business in a place where there are already other similar businesses, it will give you a chance not to overspend or to even spend any amount on marketing. Because usually marketing as one of the most important arms for any business. It means when you're secluded somewhere alone, you will have to market such that people get to know you before they come to buy. You get the idea? So you look for where people are already selling and you join them and you do these three things. You have to be faster, cheaper, and nicer. These three things beat any competition anywhere in the world in any form of relationship. You have to be nicer, cheaper, and faster. Remember, all these people are running businesses. So people know that's where we find. For example, in Uganda, we know if you want to do printing business, you go to Nasa Road. If you want computers, Kampala Road. If you want building materials, industrial area. You see, because it's already in the minds of people. If you want fruits, Nakasero Market. So it means If you're in Nakasero, you do not need a billboard to show people you're selling mangoes. It is already in the minds of the people that if I come to Nakasero, I will find mangoes, oranges, pineapples, watermelons. If you want, you remember Gazaland. You know Gazaland. If you want anything hair products, Gazaland. These other arcades, people know if you want phones. When people steal phones, they say, the phone now has gone to Mutasa. Things like that. Every place has what it is known for. So it is not good that you want to sell printers, you want to deal in stationery, but you are on Kampala Road, which is known for electronics, computers, phones, and all that. It is not good that you want to sell fruits. You want to sell fruits, but you're in industrial area where we go to buy tiles and glass and all that. So, being in a place which already has people selling doing that particular business will save you marketing costs. Now, while you are there, you will have to be faster. Be faster. When someone says, I want a Rolex, you should know that when someone orders a Rolex, it takes you this time. You can even go and check your competition. You go, you order for a Rolex, and you put on a stopwatch. By the time they hand it over to you, you look at the stopwatch and you say, okay, this Rolex stall gives me a Rolex in 5 minutes. The other Rolex stall gives me a Rolex in 4 minutes. The other one at the extreme end, it is the fastest Rolex stall, but it gives me a Rolex in 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Now, if you are to beat that competition, the question will be, can your Rolex stall, among the whole entire very many Rolex stalls, give a Rolex in 1 minute? What do you need? Do you need, when you have a person who is faster, do you need a machine? Do you need two charcoal stoves? What do you need? You must be knowing the amount of time it takes to produce a Rolex. After knowing the amount of time, then you become nicer. Nicer can be seen through a smile. Very many people do not smile while they're doing business. Very many people do not talk well while doing business. You inquire about the price and they're like arguing. They're like blasting you. You just say, how much is that? I don't know how. I already told you it's 25,000. If you do not want to buy, you do not buy. And that's how they are treating you. It's like a war in their shop. So if you come and you are to compete with those people, you will have to be nicer. So you are calm. Happy to see you, customer. How can I serve you? You want a Rolex? How many eggs? 3 eggs. If you want 3 eggs, this is the price. If you want this is it. You can even be more nicer. You can be nicer or more nice by even offering where they can. Usually our Rolexes are by the roadside, so it's hard to give them a sitting place. But if your Rolex place is designed in a way that people can even sit while they wait, the better. You're being nicer, because overstanding can drain people. So they are nice. You conversate while making the Rolex. The way you package for them, you're nicer in packaging for them, in saying thank you, in saying bye. When they come later to complain and they say, but the chapati had stones, you apologize and you even ask, can I give you another chapati to replace the other one which had stones? It is only the customer who wants and loves your business that will complain. Did you know? I'm now throwing business gems. If people do not complain while you're running business, there is a problem. People must complain, but always know the people, only those who love your business are the ones complaining. So find a way of rewarding complaints. Feel good about complainants. Make sure they are not complaining from the open. The moment they complain, you're like, let me take you somewhere and hear you out. You hear them out. You become empathetic. Someone will tell you, I bought chapati here and beans and I got a stomach ache. Apologize. Step in their shoes. Feel like you had been the one. How would you have felt? Offer to make a loss by offering another meal which they can take. There is a hotel in this country that claims to be 5-star. I went to this hotel that claims to be 5-star. And I went with my friend. She's in the US. She's my client. So we were there, we had dinner. When we had dinner, they served me meats. I ate. I could not understand their meat. I think this is meat that had overstayed in the fridge, in the refrigerator or in the freezer. So I called them that very evening and I told them, I'm going to pay for this meal. But I want to let you know that I will not eat this. This is not a meal. This is not a meal I feel can be served to humans. There is something for you. If there is something, and I told them when I went home from that evening, for the next 2 days, I was having a running stomach. I could not believe. I called them and they said, we are going to investigate. When I called, I told them, guys, I want to talk to the chef. You served me meat yesterday. And I remember talking to the waitress and the waiter. I told them this meat has a problem. And now I'm suffering because of it. We are going to investigate. They said they will investigate up to this very day. This is like 2 years. But I want to promise you, I have never gone back and I have never recommended. This is a claim by this hotel that it's a 5-star hotel. This is their claim that they're a 5-star hotel. So when you do business, Mariam, you need to know, how are you going to handle complaints when you're nicer, faster, nicer, cheaper? Usually it might not, I do not want you people to go into price wars where you lower the price. You might not be able to lower the price, but you can maintain the price you found there. But if you're nicer and faster, you beat the competition. So if you want to start a Midalaja chapati, you want to start chapati business, go on ground. Usually chapati businesses are in high density areas of people who want that quick meal, our low income earners who want that quick meal. So make sure you are in a place. So usually I see Rolex store near schools, near universities. Can you find a place near school, near university? Then you do the math. How much are they paying? who is making a better Rolex. You do your survey. The moment you're very good at your research, then you can invest money in getting a financial advisor. A financial advisor to actually know how to go about it. So, Marion, I hope I have answered that. Double tap the screen, double tap the screen, double tap the screen, double tap the screen, and share. Double tap the screen. Let people know. So, Farm Mindset Change has asked a very important question. He's saying, why would Newton have a lawyer and a financial advisor, yet he is one? Double tap the screen, double tap the screen. Double tap the screen. I've picked a question. I've picked a question from Farm Mindset Change. And we are going to answer it. It is from, the answer is going to come from Proverbs 27. Proverbs 27. Most of your answers are already in the Bible. That's why when people ask me, which book should I read? Which book should I read? I tell them read the Bible. Hey! I have not seen any book that has ever been written that is not alluding to what the Bible has already said, or even the Holy Quran. So Proverbs 27:17. What is it saying? Proverbs 27:17. I'm going to read it for you. So Farm Mindset Change, your question says, why would Newton, me, have a lawyer and financial advisor, yet I am one? So this is what Proverbs 27:17 says. People learn from one another. People learn from one another, just as iron sharpens iron. That's the verse. People learn from one another, just as iron sharpens iron. Proverbs 27:14. First jot it down. Let's see whether you've picked that scripture. Kindly write down Proverbs 27:17. Proverbs 27:17. Proverbs 27:17. Proverbs 27:17. Yes, Open Eye Investments, thank you very much. Proverbs 27:17. So, even though I'm a lawyer, there are people who have been in the legal field and they have practiced. Me, I haven't gone into practice yet. So I know the law, and I've finished a diploma in legal practice, postgraduate diploma in legal practice. But there are people who know the court gymnastics. So I will need advice from them. A financial advisor, when I bring a financial advisor on board and we sharpen each other like iron sharpening iron, I get better. I once told you, when I was in a transaction for getting property, every time I'm in a transaction for getting property, I bring my lawyer on board, yet I also know law. I bring my tax advisor on board, yet I'm also a tax lawyer. I bring a valuer on board, yet I can also try to value. But when I ask them questions and they confirm the theory I already have, it makes me make a better decision. So my tax advisor will open the windows I didn't think I know of. You get the idea? My lawyer will open doors which I had not thought were closed. That's why it is always good to know that you can't be the whole end in yourself when it comes to knowledge. So always be around. There is nothing I have ever done in any business. So Liverpool has scored, which would mean that Arsenal wants to go 9 points clear. Arsenal wants to go 9 points clear. All right, so like I have said, you have to make sure you get people on board. There is no business I've ever done without inquiring from my dad. No business. The keeper didn't even try. All right, so there is no business which I have ever done without inquiring from my dad. There is no business which I have ever done without having my lawyer document. So you also need a team of people to help you that way. All right, Dr. Hal, I'm happy to see you. Be kind and grateful wants to know which team I support. I support Manchester United. Good evening, Mr. Newton. How do I manage a business when I'm abroad, and would you advise someone to go for it? I have never advised people to do business while they are abroad. I will stand on that hill. I've always told people, and that's me, that's my take. If anyone asked me if they are abroad, I always tell them that do not do a business while you are abroad, while you are away. The best I advise people to do is to invest, because business requires a certain level of honesty, and that's a very rare quality in Ugandans today. Honesty is a very rare quality in Uganda today. You will have your relatives, friends, or business partners run business for you here, but if they are not honest, they will report wrong things. You will hear stories of them constructing from your business. So, to avoid the headache, get the money from abroad, invest it. When you return, do the business with the people you want to do business with. When you're there, it's very simple. Otherwise, they will be telling you if they are running a farm, they will be telling you these goats died, this cattle is sick, this supplier has increased prices, and you can't keep tabs on all that. So I usually advise people, if I were abroad, I would be just making money and investing it in real estate, probably land, or if the money exists, I buy a building, or I put in a unit trust. If I do not want to buy land, if I have failed to find people like me they can trust. So that would mean that the land you've bought is to be sold when you return to get some cash, and then you start that business. So think about it. If I buy land and and I stay doing my chair abroad, the land will accumulate or grow in value. The only thing I need is to make sure that probably I've bought it from an estate, because in an estate, we rarely have land wrangles in an estate. That's why I only sell land which is in an estate. So in an estate, we rarely have land wrangles. We do not have bibanja in an estate. No way. So you just send someone to check on the land, they check on the land, they check on the land, they check on the land. You can say, I will be checking on my land every after 4 months. So you check on your land 3 times a year. And they send you a video and you see it. The land gains in value, but you have a peace of mind. But when you have a business, it means now you have to be very tired running the chair abroad, and you know how chair can be. But then also you have to monitor every day. What were the sales today? What did the landlord say? What did the employees say? You won't have peace. That's why I wouldn't encourage. I never encourage that. So the question is, good evening, Mr. Newton. How do I manage a business when I'm abroad? So managing a business requires systems, and those systems are not very easy when you're away. Feed your mind. I can see you. You've talked about money mistakes. Mr. Feed Your Mind, I checked your channel, and I thank you for sharing my work. I've seen you share my works on your channel, though I do not see my name on the channel. The brand has to move. You have to let people know that this is House of Wealth and this is Newton. It's always very good when people get to know the teacher, such that they can follow more works for the teacher. But otherwise, you're doing a very good job to feed people's mind with material. Okay. Dr. Hal, what was the question? Robert M says, I will need land from you soon. I think I'm going to do an advert for land in the next 2 minutes. Feedy Boy Music says, hello, mister. Hello, mister. Tell me about how I can handle my workers, because they keep giving me headache in my business. The question is, do you have workers will always give you a headache if according to the way you recruited them. Workers will always give you a headache according to the way you recruited them. How do you recruit the workers? Do you run them through an interview? Have you met the promise you gave them? Because if you hire a worker and you say, if you hire a worker, then they need to, first of all, if I were, there is a trick I would wish to use to hire workers. If I were to hire a worker, I would first of all ensure everyone has failed the interview. If they fail the interview would humble them. Then I would call them and say, and then put another mini interview. So because they have failed the first interview and I put another mini interview, I'll tell them they have passed the mini interview. Then they join. But usually it's very important that when you get someone to be a worker, the relationship starts at hello. Have you agreed on the salary? Have you agreed on what you expect from them? So salary. So you hire a worker, you tell them what you expect from them, and you attach a salary to these expectations. And you have to be strict. So if I say, I've hired you to be the askari for this hotel, I will expect you to be here by 7 a.m. And if you're here by 7 a.m., I want you to check whomsoever enters. No one enters without first checking them. I want you to be able to be ready in case of anyone who tries to cause chaos, such that you de-escalate the chaos. And you monitor that. Are they arriving on time? Are they alert? You tell them, I do not want alcohol. The moment they come and they want, you see them drinking and all that, you tell them this is not what we agreed. Make sure you pay them on time. The moment you change your words from what you agreed with the workers, that's where the chaos starts. So I think Dr. Mariam is now joining us. I'm going to. She will be joining us very, very soon. Let me try to see whether I can invite her. Love. 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 Love.
Yes.
You are asleep.
No, I'm not.
Eh. So, Dr. Mariam, I've sent you an invitation. I've sent you an invitation. I think you could click on the invitation, which would allow you to join this live. Okay. Dr. Mariam, can you hear me? I'm going to...
Yes, I'm hearing you.
You're hearing me very well?
Yes.
Great. You want to put on your video such that the viewers can see you?
I think so. Let me see.
Okay. So as she walks through the video and all that, okay. So as she walks through to get the video, I would like to tell you that this is an advert for land, for people who want to invest in land. I told you I have a Lakeview estate, which can be accessed through Entebbe. So when you go on Entebbe Road, you reach Entebbe, you leave people going to the airport, you go to Chitoro, from Chitoro you go to Nachiwogo. So Nachiwogo landing site, you take either a boat, there is a free ferry. The ferry is by the government, it's free transport.
I'm coming.
So a ferry is free transport. A ferry is free transport. And we clearly know that a ferry can carry cars and people. So while you are on a ferry, you take only 10 minutes and you've reached the land. The ferry takes you over Lake Victoria and you reach a place called Vuwaya. So Vuwaya is where there is the Lakeview estate. So it's a 10 minutes by ferry to the land. Then from when the ferry has reached, you drive for like I think 3 or 4 minutes and you've reached the estate. So I'm selling plots for now at 40 million. 40 million is approximately 10,000 euros. And I'm giving people a chance to pay in installments. The other land I'm selling is on Hoima Road, and I'm selling it 20 million. So 20 million, Hoima Road, the place called Gobero. Also, you drive 4 minutes from the tarmac. The estate is 4 minutes from the tarmac. So if you want to buy either land for the 20 million or land for the 40 million, I will be giving you more details, but you can take my WhatsApp number such that you mention. The WhatsApp is 0706 582 868. 0706 582 868. So you mentioned that I want to buy the land. I want to buy the land, and I had you advertise on TikTok. So you mentioned I want to buy land, then you mentioned TikTok. So the land, which is Lakeview, is a very great estate for land banking. You buy and you keep the money there such that it grows. I'll be selling it 40 million for now, but when we reach around June, I'll be selling a plot, if I still have any plot anyway, at 50 million. That's how I anticipate for it to really grow. So by the end of the year, this is the land that can be sold at 50 million. So for all those people who want to invest, I'm giving you a green light. The reason it's going to be 50 million, it's because it is next to what they call Kasanje Road, and they are paying off people to tarmac the road. All right, so Dr. Mariam is here. We are happy to see you. You can say, you can greet the people who are on live.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. And I know I'm late, but I explained why, Professor. I rarely work at night.
Okay.
This is sleeping hours.
Okay, for you, okay, that's really great. So Dr. Mariam is a very, very great friend of mine. Today I wore a watch she gave me as a gift.
Wow, you should have it. I'd even forgotten.
So she bought me this gift some time back in appreciation.
Many years, actually.
Many years ago. But you see, I am a keeper, and I'm a person who appreciates. So she bought me this gift. We have done work together, and I want to tell you that on Friday 13th, as you people prepare for Valentine's, we shall be live on NTV Mwasuze Mutia. We are going to talk money versus love, money, love, and how the emotional intelligence affects how the money affects. So today I'm really glad. I realized that we are into that season where people will be buying flowers, people will be buying cars as gifts, people will be taking loved ones on holidays. So Dr. Mariam, I want to,
yes,
by the way, Dr. Mariam is a counselor. She's a psychologist. So a psychologist is a person who listens and understands how the brain will operate. So I usually have this money question. It's usually love and money question. People usually ask, is love more important than money? From your experience, what can we share with these people? Is love more important than money? People double tap the screen and share and share and share. Double tap the screen and share. The doctor is here. Let us know the emotional intelligence, which we can marry with the financial intelligence, such that we can make very important decisions. Very important decisions. Very important decisions. So, Dr. Mariam, over to you. Is love more important than money? What is your view?
First of all, I would like to ask, which language should I use in particular? Is it English show or a mixed up show?
So I think, okay, because the viewers are worldwide, we have people from Kenya, we have people from Namibia, we have people from South Africa. This is it's a global show. You can use English and also throw in Luganda, but you have to make sure the people who want to pick the English run away with an answer. The people who run away with the English run away with an answer. The people who run away with Luganda run away with an answer. So you can give the answer both in Luganda and English.
Okay. Thank you so much, all the viewers all over the world. If you're watching from Kenya, Rwanda, Netherlands, Ireland, etc., wherever you are. And I'm so grateful to be part of this live with my best friend, Professor Newton. And what I want to start with is to understand the word called needs. The world is ruled by needs, and each one of us has different needs based on the season and the lifestyle and the situation you're in. So if professor asks me between love and money, what is important? My answer will be it's based on the need. What is your need at a particular moment? If a woman comes from a poor family, if you're from an impoverished background, then money takes precedence. I'm very sure about that. Okay. So if money is a precedent in your life, no matter how much someone can bring love to you, it may not be important. But if someone comes from a rich background, a wealthy background, and they've seen it all, the money, the power, etc., then it changes precedence. Then love can take precedence than money. So the answer would be it's based on the need at a particular moment. If you're still a poor lady, a young lady, trying out in life, adding all the bars, you've not put your life together. And if you're still a young man, when you try to find a job, putting life together, then love may not be important at that particular moment. And usually we tell people love is for the rich, love is for the wealthy, love is for someone who has put their bars all together. That's why many men pay fees, tuition fees, apartments, rent, etc., and they make losses in those lovers. Why? Because they're giving them something at times which they don't even need. Okay. So the question would be, if you're falling in love with someone or if you're hitting on someone, what is their need? It's called needs assessment in love, in relationships. Okay. Your need is not my need. If a woman is in her 50s, she has made all the wealth, the money, the power, etc., then her need is not money, it's emotions. Then when you provide emotional support, love, etc., you're giving her what she needs, then she will welcome it. But if a woman is in her 20s, her early 30s, she's still adding up all the bars, and then you bring love minus money. So you're giving her what she doesn't need. So my answer would be, Professor, it's based on what somebody needs at a particular moment. Okay? So if Professor, your need is love right now, and it's not money, then it takes precedence. But if your need is love, is money, but not love, it takes precedence. So it depends on who is practicing at a particular moment. Okay? Always ask people their background. If someone comes from an impoverished background, you can't give them love and they'll never appreciate it. They always look at material possession. But if someone comes from a wealthy background, if they already have the money, the power, the guns, you can't talk about money. They don't need it, so they need love. So look for somebody who has the need for what you're giving. And that's the answer.
So I would like to thank you, Dr. Mariam. So the idea is the answer depends on the circumstance of that person in that particular position.
Thank you.
So what I've also gotten from you is, whereas money is important, love is also very important, and they can be balanced in a way. So love can work as a foundation, whereas money can come in as the pressure test. The basic, wherever we have basic needs unmet, then the money pressure will be high. A person who wants food, wants rent, has responsibilities, they may try to love you, but because of the pressure needs from the basic needs, they will think the other person who is providing is the one who loves them.
Exactly.
And you struggle. And you struggle with the woman. So you'll be like, someone who has a car has taken her. Someone who has given her a house has taken her. Someone who has paid for a trip has taken her. Now, let me also ask you something, doctor. Would that mean that money can destroy a good relationship? What is your take on how really money can destroy a good relationship?
And I'll say it again. It depends on what they call, in life, if you want to understand humanity or human nature, always based on needs.
Okay.
You see, when you talk about employing workers.
Yes.
When you employ a worker and you give them a job.
Okay.
And they come with their own agendas, usually. You know, they have problems, they have bills to pay, they have, children. We realize that people who have families, if you employ a worker who has a bigger family,
Okay.
they may require a lot from the organization,
Okay.
including embezzlement of funds. Okay. But if you employ someone who is still younger without responsibilities, they can be loyal to the job because they are comfortable with the pay. Okay. So it's the same with relationships. When it comes to relationships, when you meet somebody who is in need, okay, and they have their need on the head, which you don't even know, okay? Somebody's in need of school fees, somebody's in need of a car, somebody's in need of a home, basically, let's talk about our African setup here.
Okay.
Why is love more celebrated in the whites than Africa? Because Africa, we are in third world country.
Okay.
In Africa, it's very hard for someone to love somebody genuinely. Many of these ladies are getting married because they're looking for homes. Many of them, they are getting married because they have needs.
Okay.
They are not in love.
Okay.
And as we are celebrating Valentine's, people are actually lying. Most of them are lying.
Okay.
Everyone is up to something. But when we go to those Western world, where the government is giving free shelter, free food,
free education,
giving, I mean, money, free education. It's not a celebration when a man comes to pay fees for a lady. Okay. So meaning that pure love can be found in in Western countries than in African countries. So in Africa, as you're telling a lady that I'm falling in love with you, she comes up with a bill. Okay. So it is a bit challenging in our African setup because we are in a third world kind of nation. We have love and money. Actually, we are facing the bigger problem in our area than the Western world. So Valentine's actually is supposed to be celebrated by the other, Western countries because here it's a lie already. People demand flowers, cars, everything is just a lie. And where people even give gifts which are even not romantic.
Okay.
Not romantic gifts because they asked. Somebody asked for a cooker. So on Valentine's they buy a cooker. I mean, that's not love. It's not love because love doesn't survive on complex things.
Okay.
It's on simplicity. That's why the whites give flowers. And flowers are so meaningful than in Africa. Then in Africa, when you give flowers, you're being mean.
Who do you give flowers? These are cheap things.
These are cheap things. So, but when you look at that, the answer goes to again. It depends on the needs assessment.
Okay.
Meaning that you as a man, as you're vibing a woman, look at her needs assessment. Try as much as possible to poke her head to see what she needs at the particular moment. You'll hear it in her conversations, okay? So you may not bring flowers when she's waiting for a washing machine. You may not bring flowers when she's in need of something, electrical equipment, okay? So I would think it's someone says most girls are in survival mode. Many, apart from those from a background which is clear, and those are very few. Okay, but as long as you don't come from a clear background, you'll always be needy. Okay, that's where men vibe the woman on Friday.
Okay,
by Sunday they want to rent.
Now, Doctor, I have a question from something you've actually said. Would that now mean that I should date someone who earns less than me? Because at the end of it all, it's not going to be possible for us to be at the same amount of earning. The question would be, should I always be looking out for someone who earns less than me?
And the funny thing about love is that it does not depend on what you say right now.
Okay.
Love is an emotion.
Okay.
It's a spiritual thing. You look at somebody, you like them irrespective of what they have and what they don't have. Then the next question
change the match as well.
Are they earning my potential or are they not earning? Okay. All those things now come in, and that's what leads to manipulation now.
Okay.
So where it's coming from? All these corny men, blah blah blah, narcissists. It comes because they want something which is of value, but they can't afford it.
Okay.
Now they have to manipulate. Okay. I must manipulate, Professor, to have your value for free. Okay. So since I cannot afford it, now manipulation comes in. That's the rise of all this con artistry in love relationships. Lying here, lying there, lying there, lying there. Just someone to fit in, okay? To get what they want without paying the price. Okay? So either it works. You either use manipulation or you tell yourself the reality that I can't afford, and then you back off, which is a rare case. in our African setup.
So, Doctor, now what's your view on what we see today, where we have things which have been going on social media, where they tell you that many of the girls we see who take on a celebrity status, they have funders who are paying for them rent in all these suburbs, and you find them mixing different men, and the men might not be actually in need of the love. So I think the men are looking for something different. So they usually have these people, they pay for these and all that. We and the cases we are actually having, we are having now violent cases. We have people fighting, people killing each other. Where do you see our nation when we start having people who are selling sex for money, and it's a clear business that is out there, that this is someone who is they are selling themselves, and that's how they're earning? What would be your take, and what would be the advice we would give to our young sisters and daughters?
First of all, life is so funny that the way it plays, it depends on whoever is acting, okay? Your take is not my take, is not their take, and each one's race is different, okay? It calls for personal responsibility, which we call personal initiative, for someone to work on themselves, okay? So we make choices in life, and we are always at exchange, right? You either choose to get it a software, or you pay the price. That is the in-between. So many ladies have those two choices. You either work to get the money, or you live a soft life and someone else works for you, and then you pay the price in another way, okay? So those social media girls took the other way, okay? They want a soft life, not to pay the price. But of course, the price has to be there, and which includes what? Violence. So when you talk about love, sex, and money, that is the denominator of life, as long as the Bible has been, as long as before even Jesus came on earth, before even, it has been love, sex, and money. You see, the origin of money didn't start with paper money. You know that, okay? Money was paid in form of salt before. Times it was gloves, then it moved to cowrie shells, then it has been changing form up to when we've come to this paper money, okay? And we have what they call barter trade, okay? So barter trade has not ended. Barter trade never ended. Barter trade is happening in love, okay? The older men are looking for excitement from a younger woman with her energy. The younger woman is looking for a soft life, not to work.
But so the barter trade is, I give you the excitement, you give me the soft life.
The money has changed definition now. It's not about exchange of goods and services. Now it is about barter trade. He knows what he's getting, she knows what she's giving, and everyone is paying the price.
All right.
However, in this kind of barter trade, as long as there is unfairness, by the time you say violence, there's unfairness. If I'm investing more and reaping less, then I feel cheated. The next is
violence.
They fund me plan violence. Thank you. But if she practices what she says, which is rare, because by the time you enter into that kind of arrangement, you're already compromised. You're trading life for money. And when you get compromised, when you lie, when you try to fool around, your life has to be taken. So they are practicing a game without knowing the rules. That is barter trade. You're trading off. You're giving away soap to get a cow. Someone wants a cow, you want soap. So you have. So it has been happening from time immemorial, and we can't judge them per se.
Yes.
The truth is, you must understand the rules of the game.
For
the ladies here, if you're entering such a thing, make the rules clear before. Because when I was writing my book,
The Ladies Guide,
Fulfilling Relationships and Web, I told you there are 4 types of women in the dating market, and you should know where you fall as a lady.
Number 1,
either a girlfriend.
Number 2,
a wife.
Number 3,
a courtesan.
A courtesan.
Yes.
Number
So
4.
what they're doing now, these girls,
Eh.
it's courtesan. Okay.
Okay.
Then number 4 is a prostitute.
So girlfriend, wife, courtesan, prostitute. So the message you're sending to the men is to be able to know what they are getting themselves into.
Thank you. And also for the ladies to understand which position you are
Ha.
and the rewards.
So
Okay?
so there is no
That's where the game is.
so there is no reason why a lady will be pretending to be a wife
to be this,
yet she's
yet
actually a
this.
prostitute. She
Automatic.
pretends to be a girlfriend. There is that type you've mentioned, courtesan. Are you it's an English word, right?
A courtesan is somebody who goes, now what the social media girls are doing.
Okay, give me the spelling. I want them to learn because I want these people to learn.
It's called. It depends on the country. If you're from France, it's called courtesan.
Courtesan. Courtesan. If we are speaking English, I told these people I'll bring them a doctor.
Courtesan.
Hey.
In English, it's called courtesan.
Okay. C-O.
If in America it's called courtesan. It depends on where.
Okay.
And then African is courtesani.
Hey.
So it's a court. Just say the word court, like the court.
C-O.
Court. C-O-U-R-T.
Yes, like from courting. Then S-A-N.
Like a court.
Okay.
S-A-N. So it is courtesan.
Courtesan. Courtesan.
It's a lady who takes up high class men with money and with no intention of marrying them. Never, ever. And then they do butter trade. You can make them for 2 years, 3 years, as long as the funder is comfortable with you.
So if someone is going to be a courtesan, in the position of a courtesan, it means they should never expect anything like engagement.
Never, ever, not even to call the wife.
Not
even to see this in the public.
So
not even talk about it. It is
you stay comfortable underground. You do not try to.
The funder provides everything.
So
everything.
Then there I ask you, doctor, would a courtesan also try to be pregnant?
That's where the mistake begins. And probably they don't understand the rules of the game.
Okay.
Why they are fighting, why there is violence, they don't know the rules of the game. The rules are, there's nothing like that.
So
I'm a funder who is looking for this. I'm not looking for a family. I'm not looking for a committed relationship. I'm not looking for that. So why do you get pregnant for me? That's where the game goes bad.
I've enjoyed this live, doctor. So
if a woman, if a lady understands that position and then you play the role, you get the rewards. There's nothing like fighting or violence. After 3 years, you say bye-bye, another one.
Wow. So it's so important that a young lady would know that I'm dating this man and I'm a girlfriend, because girlfriend would turn into wife.
In future. That is different.
Or you can say I'm a wife, so I have to be with him, I have to give birth, I have to look after him. Or you can say I want to be with you, but I will make sure your family doesn't get to know me and I won't complain. I won't complain when you don't put me on the status.
I will, as long as
I'll be in the background. Or for me, clearly, I'm a prostitute. Whereby it's the exchange and all that. Now, so you're saying that this is what causes chaos when the men don't know what they're dating and the girls don't know the position they're in.
And they do not. You see, if you've watched movies on mafias, mafias are bad people, but they have agreements. Okay, a mafia never dates another mafia's wife. Period.
Okay,
they know the rules.
Okay,
the day you do it, next is chaos and death, which means you make the rules of. You see, you watch football.
Yes.
We talked last time on WhatsApp.
Yes.
Football is a game.
True.
Which has its own rules.
Absolutely.
Which has its own practice.
Absolutely.
If you go, is it a red card? There's a reason why.
Yes.
If you have a green card, there's a reason why.
Yes.
So even in relationships, it's the same thing.
True.
When people enter relationships, there is a game. It's a game. The reason why many of you are suffering is the things that they don't know the rules of these games.
Okay.
So you come as a girlfriend,
okay,
and then you behave like a prostitute. And then you want to as a courtesan. Now
okay,
you mix the whole thing. Then the founder doesn't even give what he's supposed to give. You see girls dating married men for free.
Okay.
A young lady of 25 years, 23 years, dating a married man on words. She's exchanging her youth,
okay,
her time, and then even getting pregnant allows a trade-off.
Okay.
So many of these girls who are on social media, they are playing the game without reading this book. All the girls who have read my book don't have that mess.
First, give us the title. Ladies' Guide.
It's called Fulfilling Relationships and True Happiness.
Fulfilling
relationships and true happiness. Because when you're not fulfilled, you'll never be happy.
So where can they access this book?
Of course, my numbers are all over the social media.
Okay.
Anywhere, anytime. You just call me. It's on delivery always. Okay?
So
But
I want people to follow Dr. Mariam Nagujja. She's on TikTok. We can continue.
Okay. So when I started this, I started by saying, no, you're not in a relationship. Because it was the first. In fact, you get the answer in the first 10 pages of the book. You don't read it. They don't need to read the rest of the book.
Okay.
Just know your role. Who are you? What are your rewards? Then get into the game. The moment someone comes and says, I love you, the question you have to have as a woman is, who am I?
Okay.
Now you define the game. Lack of defining who you are in this kind of setup is the rise of all the
chaos. Today before I came for the live, I was reading about a soldier who actually is going to face the court martial. He killed a young lady because he had given her money, I think, while they were still in the relationship. And I think the money was to start a business. And when this lady said it's over, the man wanted now the money he had given her, and he just shot her. So now that we are going into Feb 14th, which is Valentine's, Doctor, I meant to ask you. Someone will tell you, my partner wants a big Valentine, and yet me, I want to save.
Yeah.
You get the idea. So we have conflicting requirements, conflicting needs. My partner, someone will say, my partner wants a big Valentine, yet me, I want to save. According to you, Dr. Mariam, who is wrong?
First of all, the reason why both are wrong is that you didn't date in the first place. You see, when you're meeting someone for the first time, you check them out. Dating is the season of knowing who somebody is, what are their values, what do they stand for? Are you in agreement with their faith?
Okay.
Will you move the journey together? Because when you disagree in the dating process, then you don't move any further. If you're thrifty, if you're a penny pitcher,
okay,
and I'm a spendthrift, I see you on day one. Okay. When someone takes you out and they can't even pay a bill for what you've taken, they have already sent a message that I'm a penny pitcher.
It's about you to read the message.
Then you're like, should I go ahead with the penny pitcher or should we end here?
Okay.
So most of the time people overlook the dating season and they go into the system.
Okay.
So there are two ways to handle that. One, if you're meeting somebody and you give them their values, omugambira nti munange nze ndi mwami mukekkereza n'omuntu oli aba okinowuliriza bw'omulala inaga nze mbekkekkereza sibiriko nze I just blow. I want to communicate this. Love is not the most important thing in relating.
Okay.
I would have to say this again.
Okay.
You can love as many people as possible, and many people can love you as many as possible. However, agreement, values, shared values,
consensus,
shared journeys, shared, yes, it is what is important because it's what is going to keep you two people together. So if I'm saving money and somebody's withdrawing to buy an expensive bag, if I'm saving money and somebody's blowing it in a bar, we've already disagreed. It doesn't matter how much we love each other. Okay? So many people don't fall out of love because they don't have love.
The love exists.
Yes.
But they have struggled with the shared values.
They don't have shared values.
Someone says, me when I get my salary, I go on holiday. Me when I get my salary, I
invest in land.
Yes.
Disagreed. So how will the two move together if they don't agree? You are a biblical scholar. How will you move together? Because even the Bible says, if somebody does not agree with you, you've already disagreed. No matter how much you love each other. So love is not important. I have to say it again. Even if someone says, I love you, it is not important as long as you don't share
values and goals.
Okay? If they are spendthrifts and then you're not, you've already disagreed. You'll quarrel from day one to the last, and then they make you broke. I don't know how many people are in foreign countries because their lovers were spendthrifts. Many of you are broke because of love. As in, you give someone money to make a business and they blow it up. That's already a disagreement. Okay? So I think shared values. If you are a spendthrift, find somebody who spends like you. You'll be very happy. Sleep in the bar, blow the money, be broke tomorrow. I mean, you
agree with that value of we are all broke.
Thank you.
And all broke. And you won't say that I'm not giving you the money. In any case, we spent it last night.
Thank you. We ate it together. Thank you. It's far better than
but the idea that's why I usually tell people that as a person who spent a lot of time as a computer scientist, there is something I struggled with during computing. The value of the computer is not on the outside. The value of a computer is on the inside. RAM,
software,
the hard disk, the RAM, and the processing power. 3 things. But when you're buying a computer and you only look at the flat screen, and those days we used to have those tower computers, you would have a big computer. But when it has very less RAM, very hard disk space, and low processing power, so it will always be freezing. Now, how does it relate in relationships today? We are after what we see. Can you imagine that people consider only nyash when selecting a partner, and things like values, which is software RAM, they do not consider it. They're like, this woman has skin, this woman has nyash, as the only considerations. They are actually good, but they can't be the only considerations. You now want to actually know about values. Very many people are staunch Christians, but they never get to know the belief system of the other person. You take someone home, and that's when you realize what they actually believe in after some time, and you're like, we can't be compatible because of, let's say, the belief system of the religion. So the values, and I've loved it, it's so key. Which brings me to a question. And before I bring the question, Doctor, I would want you to share your number with these people on this live, such that they can send you a WhatsApp to buy the book, if you do not mind.
The number is 772 83 10 and then 57 musambiri shinana musatu atano musanvu. WhatsApp better.
Yes.
No call.
Yes. We won't allow them to call. Exactly. Molly J. Molly and Robbie and Andrew. Eno live we bako bantu bali sharp boka. Abantu bali so sharp. Bali quick, bali sharp, bayiga bayine bitabo. Class west wezibeza lo professeur. Kati njagala kubuuza. Is it okay? I
want the
want
same from Mama JJ.
I wonder what I'm going
Ask
to
Professor.
my notebook is getting smaller. Musau kasa chisabuni manyi. All right.
Ntunda sabuni.
Otunda
Anyiriza.
oina sabuni gwotunda. Okay.
Anyiriza twagoba bwala butanyirira.
I see my friend
You can ask.
I see my friend from Bake for Me is here. I think I will talk to her sometime and also bring her and we talk business on this live. Now, doctor, I want to ask you, there is something I've witnessed in relationships, which actually,
Yes, please.
and I want people to know why I'm into money, finance, business, wealth. But I have brought a person who is into psychology and relationships because I know every time we have a financial difficulty or a financial decision to make, and we also have an emotional decision to make, usually the emotions overpower finance.
Wins.
You get?
True, true.
So that's why it's important to bring a psychologist to have a balanced view of life. And you won't get this anywhere in any case. So I have to ask you, someone will ask you, is it okay to check my partner's phone? We have situations where in relationships people are fighting over phones. People are checking phones. People are fighting over phones. I want you to harmonize for us to what can we learn from checking partners' phones, the investigations on partners and all that. What can we learn? What do you have to teach us?
First of all, I would want to remind our viewers that the definition of dating.
Okay.
Dating is the process of knowing you, your values, who you are. And I mean, double checking, recheck, double checking, recheck, double checking, recheck. That's it. When you enter a relationship, you close both your eyes. You see, when I've known you for some time, Professor.
Okay.
I know you so well.
Okay.
That in case someone comes and tells me something about you, I can say you're lying.
Okay.
The professor I know, no, that's not the one. Okay.
Okay.
So we should build relationships where someone has to really believe in you. That is the dating process. I've understood you.
Okay.
That I don't even want to check your phone. And even if I check, if anything, I trust you.
Okay.
This brings us to what they call the word trust.
Okay.
How would we build trust? Trust and love are intermarried. When you love somebody, you trust them.
Okay.
And when you trust somebody, you love them.
Okay.
I can't love without trust, and I can't trust without love. So if somebody does not trust you to the extent of checking a phone,
okay,
the relationship is already compromised, meaning that the dating process was wasted. Someone must spend a lot of time to learn you,
okay,
than marrying you. Okay?
Okay.
You know somebody for many years, said when you move in, you just close your eyes and sleep. Even if they are vibing somebody, you're very sure they'll come back home.
Okay.
Even if they've met somebody new, you're very sure they'll never lie. So I think building trust is what lacks in many people. They don't take the patience to build trust. They jump into commitments without building trust. The point being trust. So if you understand trust and love and that intermarriage, then you don't need to take somebody's phone. It's useless. Because even if you check my phone, I'm a media personality. You'll find men saying, Mariam, I love you. I mean, I don't even someone is saying it to me. You know, I'm all over the place. So if you don't trust me, you're likely to fight with me. Okay? So I'll tell my viewers that build trust first. Date longer. Take time to learn people. Double check, recheck, double check, recheck before you say I do. Okay? Then you will not have a reason to check anyone's phone. Checking phones, and even where do you at that time? Eh? I mean, if you're busy, if you're committed, how do you even get time to check somebody's phone? You know, and it's also disrespect of the highest order. Why check somebody's details? Okay, so build trust, and then it will be very easy for you to trust somebody. Okay. dating being the process of building
Th
trust.
th th thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, Professor.
Thank you so much, Doc. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you very well.
I have loved the way you have done the enunciation on the question, and I think when you brought in trust and love and how they move together, I think the viewers here and the listeners are learning that at the end of it all, the dating process is to help us learn each other.
Thank you, Professor. Bridget has said it well. If you reach a point of checking your phone, you are out. The moment somebody starts checking, that's a telltale sign that the relationship has gotten compromised.
So
There's something not right.
Now, I want to ask you also this very question. According to you, Dr. Mariam, how can I know? Because I'm a guy and I usually see there are very many outreaches for the girl child. Now I want to sit in for the boy child. What are the signs that someone loves you and not your money? You as a psychologist, how can you help? How can you help? I know it will also work for the ladies because there are ladies who have made their money and the man comes when the man wants the money. But it's mostly for men where they will check and see, how will I know that this lady now is here for the money? Over to you, doctor.
I'm going to give you a very, very simple scenario that you have to use for the rest of your life. And not only in love, in friendships, in choice of workers, in choice of partners, business partners, in choice of someone to stay longer with.
Okay.
And this is the scenario. Because human nature is ruled by needs.
Okay.
When I come to you, I have my needs in the abstract. I will not tell you. Then I'm looking forward to you solving my needs. That is automatic. Because human nature is ruled by needs, the only way you can get people to love you, to serve you, to give you loyalty, trust, etc., is to delay rewards. What should the professor?
To delay.
Delay rewards.
Such that I wait patiently.
By delaying rewards, they are investing their time.
Okay.
Time is a scarce resource. Time builds emotional connection.
Okay.
Time is valued like money.
Okay.
So if I come to work in House of Wealth as a secretary, and then you give me a probation of 90 days.
3 months or 2 months.
No pay.
Okay.
2 months. And I tell you, Mariam, we shall take care of your transport. We shall take care of your meals. We shall take care of your etc. Data, blah, blah. But you're not going to be paid. You're under training.
Okay.
Then I come to work every day. I receive my, those complimentaries.
Okay.
But no pay. What House of Wealth is doing to me is it's making me to emotionally invest myself into the business without an exchange.
Delayed reward.
Thank you. What happens after 2 months? I have invested my time, my hope, my weight, and then you've also tested me, my competence, my diligence, my loyalty. Then what happens after? Any worker who goes through that training of probation, whoever is after your money will take off. By the second week, you as an employer, you're very sure that you're going to pay them monthly. You're very sure. You can even pay them those months. Then you say, you know what, Mariam, you've qualified for the sentence. I've done it a long time, and I got the best workers with that tactic.
Okay.
So after making somebody invest time, without the pay, you become loyal. People become disloyal because you solve their problems earlier. Then you become useless.
Okay.
If you come to an organization like House of Wealth as a secretary and you're paid in the first 1 week without showing competence, without putting in your time, your emotions, we're not even sure you're a team, you're taking away our value.
Okay.
So by the time I pay you my salary, you must qualify. I tell you the truth, for all the workers I've worked with for the last 10 plus years,
Okay.
whoever went through that process remained with me. Whoever came on a silver platter, they took off. So I learned the hard way. Back to love.
Wow.
You have the money, Professor.
Wow.
You have it. We are sure. Now you meet a chick. Okay? Test them with that rule I've given you. Delay rewards.
Wow.
Delay. You can give transport, what. So when someone says, I want to say, because even if you give them your rewards earlier, they will solve their problems and you become useless until they will take off. So it's a shortcut. Okay? So learn something with the pets. This I learned from the cat.
Okay.
Learn the hard way. When you bring a cat in your home, a cat will never trust you. Never. Until when you've invested a lot, which means food, housing, time. Then it will relax that this is my owner.
Wow.
They can't throw me away. They can never poison me. Now we are a team. Now you invest doctors. I've been with cats, I know them. You put doctors, you do what, you give it a house, then it becomes like Anasel, as if it's going to give you eggs. Nothing. No eggs. No, nothing. And then because you've invested in time, money, in treatment, now the cat becomes a valuable thing, which you're going to fall in love with by force now. You're not falling in love with the cat because you love the cat. You're falling in love with the cat because of the time you've expended on it. So back to relationships. How do you tell that someone is after your money? Okay? Test them. That's number one. 2, do not ever give rewards when somebody doesn't qualify.
Okay.
Let them put in time, effort, love, service, then reward them. By the time you reward, you're sure 100% you'll never run away. Otherwise, when you give earlier rewards, somebody was looking for school fees, you provide it. After education, you are useless. They have to jump on something else.
There is something I would like to add on that, and I want to tell you, it's the way you've answered. It's very crisp. You've used the element of time to test anything. I usually tell myself that it is so hard to know the needs of a human. The human being is so complex that even after 5,000 years of study, we've not understood the human being. But for some reason,
They have a new need.
but for some reason, because human beings are habitual creatures, I used to give myself 2 years for every dating process to know that this lady will give birth to my kids. I used to always give myself 2 years in every dating process, because the 2 years would always give me a chance to see what I did not see, though it is usually also hard. And I've seen it in the army. They take so long to promote. Someone can be a private first class for 10 years. By the
So when
time
you enter,
they tell you that this person is a captain, they have seen. So I've seen two institutions. I think it's the Catholic Church, where you go for priesthood, and the army. They just play with time to test you.
time.
So they will tell you, in I was on TV when I taught about seculum obscurum. In the earlier days, popes used to marry. Did you know? In the 900s, popes used to marry. So a pope would have a wife. Then, one time, a certain pope fell in love with a certain woman. and that woman wanted to control the Catholic Church.
But I mean, they pay after who?
I've seen that. So if you even die during the war, you can't even claim.
You don't get paid.
So
True.
so popes used to marry until I think it was 904, in the year 904, when a certain pope married a certain lady, and the lady tried to control the Catholic Church. So she gave birth from this pope, wanted the son to be the next pope, wanted the daughter to get married to a person who would be the next pope. So the family was running, it was disorganizing the papacy. So after, I think, 64 years, when we reached like 965, the Catholic Church said, if anyone is now to be a pope, will have to swear that they won't marry as a requirement. Now, when you look at how they train people to be priests and how long it takes to move from a priest to a cardinal, and how long it really makes some, it is a really long time. So after 15 years, if someone is a liar that they do not want women, they will resign from pursuing priesthood. They will be like, wanotewabereka. So the element of time. Now, the answer I wanted to add to what the answer I wanted to add to what you mentioned was that because human beings are habitual creatures, human beings will always have a habit. When you delay, when you give them time, it gives you a chance to see the pattern. It is so.
And also, Professor, the more time you invest in something,
yes,
I'll give you the example of a cat.
Yes.
The more your heart falls in love with it. Okay, let me say it like this. How do you make someone fall in love with you? Love is something which is cooked by feelings.
Okay.
But the reality is this. If you want to fall in love with someone, it doesn't matter whether they are short, tall, fat, what, etc. As long as you spend a lot of time with that person,
okay,
in proximity, feelings can build. Thank you.
Okay.
So since time is a fact again, that I have to spend so much time with you for me to fall in love with you, then the same time can be used to make somebody committed to a job using time. And waste their time.
And I will also ask you a thing, Doctor. What is now your view in the rush to have sex in the relationship? Because what I realize is when sex now comes into a picture, it creates other hormones which now would lie to these people that they're actually in love, yet the only thing they want from each other is actually the sex, and they delay thinking they're actually in love, yet the brain is asking for the sex like it's asking for alcohol or cocaine. What would be your what is the reasoning behind the delay?
Okay, it's the same answer in what we talked about. Because sex should be a reward.
Okay.
Just like a salary. Okay? You're paying somebody salary. Now, you're paying somebody an emotion which is exciting for you to enjoy.
Okay.
Meaning that if you give the reward early, you're going to miss on their commitment. That is why it is very dangerous to have sex with somebody before marriage.
My goodness.
As simple as that. You're rewarding quickly without meaningful research on that person. Any other question? Professor?
I love that. I love that. Now, I want people to double tap and share the screen. We have, Doctor, how many minutes do you still have? Because I want to know the time you're having. Usually I would have stopped the live at You have how many?
Okay, like 15.
15
minutes.
15 minutes. Okay. Now, in the remaining 15 minutes, I would want to ask you, for the people to know, that is it wrong for someone to now look for and want a financially stable partner? Because at the end of it all, whereas we know we can start a relationship together, I can see someone through and they actually work through something and we grow something, they usually describe our sisters, the girl child, they will describe our sisters as gold diggers when they show interest in someone who is financially stable. What would be your view? Would we go on the same rampage of saying they are gold diggers, or it is really okay to want someone who is financially stable?
Okay, back to our ancestors now.
Yes.
I'll take it back to 7,000 years.
Yes.
Before Christ came.
Yes.
You know? A man who had big land.
Okay.
Who had cattle.
Okay.
Food. Had more women.
Okay.
Had more women. Okay, that's before money.
Okay.
Which means a woman wanting somebody with resources is genetically implanted in a woman's brain. It is genetically. It doesn't need you to think here or there. As long as a man comes with resources, automatically
the designer of that computer, it programmed it to look for resource.
That's why when you read the Bible, Jacob had how many wives? Solomon had how many?
Solomon 1,000 concubines. Yes.
He had the resources,
yes,
the means, the land. So when a female sees a male as a potential provider,
okay,
it sees safety for its children,
okay,
safety for its offspring.
Okay.
My children will eat. My children will have a home.
We will survive longer.
Thank you. That's why the more money a man has, the more women follow him. It is automatic.
Okay.
It's a man to say no. Okay. So we shall not talk about gold digging.
Okay.
We shall say, from ancestral background,
okay,
a man who has the means will always attract the female. And because it is genetically implanted in the woman brain to look for the one with the means, the resources for its offspring, it is automatic for them to always follow through. So don't be ashamed of being called a gold digger. And everyone is. Even the one who are not gold digging, because they don't know that at one point, even when they get into that, they will complain. Now where is my child? Now where is it? They will still give you the same headache. So it's always better. Let the male play its part.
Okay.
And let the female play its part. As simple as that. So all of us are gold diggers.
Now I'll ask you. We are going into Valentine's, and there will be. By the way, I have to let me tell people that next we are going to be on TV next Friday, right?
The 13th Feb, we shall be on NTV and Star TV.
So it's going to be next Friday.
Yeah, next Friday when tomorrow is Valentine's.
Okay, let me check and see, because if actually let me see. If today is Sunday, the coming Friday is 13th. So make sure you set your alarm to catch us live on NTV. Dr. Mariam, Le Professeur Newton Buteraba, and Stella Nante. We are going to be on NTV. We shall still discuss love and money. This time I'll be answering money questions. She'll be coming in the love questions, and Nante will be asking us. So usually the time is it's what time? From is it from 9? Did they say it's now 1 hour or 2? It's still 2 hours.
I'm not even sure.
But we will inquire. But make sure you catch us.
But Professor also talked about our event. Nakaziwe Farida has come on board.
Okay.
We have love, health, money, and parenting.
Love, wealth, money, and parenting. Which day have you chosen?
Farida is going to. It's 7th March, when tomorrow is Women's Day, at Kampala Sheraton Hotel.
Okay. So these are the things you must note. I want you to note these dates. 13th Feb, we are on NTV. Have you already chosen the venue for the 7th March event?
Yes, it is Kampala Sheraton Hotel.
Okay.
It'll be at the Sheraton.
13th Feb, we at NTV. 7th March, we at Sheraton.
Masterclass.
I will also have a masterclass on
April 11th
April 11th
for the business.
for business. So just put those dates somewhere. We will be following through them such that you are not left behind. I do not want you to be there saying, Nasubidwa, I missed. Now, for the final question, such the NTV time, I think, love, what time does
9.
most of them just starts at 9? We shall be on
9.
NTV at 9.
9.
On Friday, this coming Friday 13th. Make sure you tune in. Note the dates. We shall be giving you more.
And also, Professor, you're going to be covering the wealth money for the women in the Women's Month. You supposed to be there.
I'll be there.
Because we're
Of course,
talking about raising the
There-
young generation.
there is no way.
I'll
There-
be on relationship. Then Professor Bioresearch Julius Nyanzi
Eh.
will be talking about sexual health.
Okay.
It's going to be the best of the best of the best.
I've had the lineup is very dangerous.
Man, the brains in one place. Okay, so they are not missed, guys. Okay.
At Sheraton, how much are we going to charge people such that they start saving?
Well, the tickets are going to be. I mean, the flyer is going to be made by next week.
Okay, we
we
shall know.
Please note the date. It's 7th of March, when tomorrow is Women's Day. Okay.
Okay.
We are at the Sheraton Hotel on 7th.
So we shall be on NTV on 13th, Friday the 13th, when tomorrow it's Valentine's. We shall be at Sheraton March 7th, when tomorrow is Women's Day.
Talk about Spring Media. Shout out.
Thank you so
Spring
much.
Media is on.
So Spring Media, Mr. Lutaya is usually in charge. Every video of mine you see, Spring Media. Every video of mine. So I'll get me his number. I'll give it out to the people. So I want you to give me, before I release you, I want you to answer me this question, Dr. Mariam. How can you advise us in relationships to talk about money without fighting? Because
Thank you.
what I've realized is the discussions for money, when we want to invest, when we want to save, when we want to go on holiday, you can talk about buying land and someone sees you as Satan's son because that person perhaps wants a holiday. How can we talk about money without fighting in relationships?
Okay. Thank you so much, Professor, for that question, and it's very important. You see, guys, every meeting I'm in for couples is on money issues. 90% of families are breaking up because of money. Not love, not infidelity, money. He took my money, she wasted my money, we borrowed in the bank, she borrowed on my behalf. It's about borrowing loans, money.
Borrowed without
it's a
letting
common
me know,
denominator in relationships.
forged my signature to
We
borrow.
in the bank now is now, So, and then someone thinks another one is a fraud. I'm sleeping with my creditor. How can you borrow money to someone you love, and then you want their money, and then you're sleeping with them, and then you can't demand it? So, if you find that money is a common denominator, and by the way, I need to remind you, money is a tool that the evil world uses to destroy relationships. I'll say it again. Money is a tool that the evil world uses to destroy good relationships. And you have to be very careful. When you're taking up loans, when you're borrowing them money, when you're borrowing on their behalf, or etc. So since it's a tool, you need to be very mindful when you are relating with your partner, not to hide money conversations. Why? If you're living with someone and you have future with them, as in it's clear, endorsed, and you're very sure, the first foundation would be your openness. But I don't look at other couples, whoever is taking a boat cruise, whoever is buying a new, blah blah, whoever is buying a wife, this or that. The Chinese have a saying, every home has a prayer, which means every home has its own problems, interrelated, okay? So your problems are not my problems. So if you have somebody you're traveling this journey of life with, I would find it very important. And I say it again, if you're going for these leadership classes, move with them. If you're taking up these financial courses, move with your partner. If you're reading motivational books, read with them, because birds of the same feather
flock
together. I know how many relationships come to me when they have already disagreed, when the mating rating has changed. The guy is very wise and she's so behind. The lady has gone on red carpets and he's off the red carpet. It's called the mating rating in psychology. The moment the mating rating falls down, the home has ended. Okay? So if you are a couple looking forward to having a long-term partnership called marriage, you would not leave out the subject called money. Meaning that sit down, in fact, treat marriage like a business. A marriage is a business transaction because each one of you is trading their time, their goals, their priorities to form a home with you. So since it's a business transaction, it needs a business advisor who is now a financial advisor. Every home, every couple must have a financial advisor who has to come in to face the realities of your financial status. This is when they can advise, taking a loan is not good for you as a couple right now. You're demanding this, put your debts on the table. How much are you being demanded? How much is it? How do you tally? Many women are getting married to men who are rotting in debt. They can only tell that they are rotting in debt when they're in love and they're in bed. And then that's when the man says, I have $1 billion debt. That was a trade-off. As in, you can't sleep, guys. Do you know what it means to be taking tea on breakfast and the bank is calling your sweetheart to demand money? Do you know how emotionally destabilizing? It's called emotional erosion. Erosion. They have eroded you emotionally. So be careful when you are falling in love with somebody. Check their credit history. Check their credit history. You may be marrying into a debt, or you may get married into a debt, and then you struggle paying it together.
Mariam,
and you've begun your marriage on the wrong foundation. Period.
Doctor, you remember every time I talk about man and relationships, I talk about a movie called Indecent Proposal, where the man was in debt, a huge debt, and the wealthy chap came, and a wealthy chap arrived and told the man, if you give me your woman for one night, just one night, I think he promised them $1 million. And that money, when they had $1 million, the director shows you in the bed, they failed to sleep. They could change, they could rotate. They're like, do we accept the money and get out of debt? What do we do? And finally, the man accepted and sent the woman on the mission to the rich man such that he gets the $1 million. But I would like to thank you. You've been great. You always amaze me when you wrap up answers with experience, with wisdom, with the knowledge, and it forms a tapestry for the learners. Every time I'm listening to you, I learn, and I think this has been a great evening, morning for people who are in time zones where it's morning. It has been a great day that we've learned from you. I want to let people know that every Sunday I will be here. Every Sunday at 8, I will be here. So for people who have just joined, we want to tell you that on 13th February, what you call February, what we call February, what you call February, we're going to be at NTV at 9 a.m. with Stella Nante, and we shall be discussing love, money, relationships, because the next day is Valentine's. On 7th March, we shall be at Sheraton, Kampala. Sheraton Hotel in Kampala, 7th March. That will be a day before Women's Day. We shall still be talking about money and women and all that. So we will be sharing the flyer. Then on 11th April, 11th of April, I will hold the very first masterclass for the year about finance. Newton Buteraba House of Wealth, I would like to thank you for being great listeners and viewers. I've seen my friends whom I studied law with, Imran. I saw, I think Wiki Beddings was here. But let's first, let's know that Dr. Mariam here, Dr. Mariam Nagujja, shared her number and she told you you can WhatsApp to access the book. You can't be a lady and you want to know psychology and you've not accessed the book, which is called The Ladies Guide. So you go and follow Dr. Mariam Nagujja as you follow Newton Buteraba Answers. Pardon? I've seen, Anzi Beauty is on, eh? My very great friend, Anzi Beauty is on. I think I should, I'm going to, I'll get her as a guest sometime, such that we talk beauty, we talk skin care, we talk lotions, we talk all these things. For people who want to buy property, for people who want to buy land, I said I have land which is 20 million on Hoima Road and 40 million which is Lakeview. So if you come inbox, you just ask for the details. You let me know that you're from TikTok. From me to you, I would like to thank you for being great people, and I would like to pray for you that whatever you're chasing takes root and bears fruit. Thank you for sharing this live. Thank you for being great individuals. May the good Lord bless you and your families. Bye-bye. Dr. Mariam.
Yes, dear.
Kale, have a good night.
Thank you so much.
Kale, Vanda Videnyo. Bye-bye.